Trib Live High School Sports Network is the official video and audio streaming partner of the WPIAL. We broadcast over 2,000 sporting events each year and cover 17 sports in over 170 schools. At HSSN, you'll find the latest in high school sports news, live and archive broadcasts, scores, standings, and much more. Trib Live High School Sports Network, your high school sports leader. All season, every season.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.
Gold heading back to Lawrence County.
Your home for the County of Champions.
Swing and a miss! A no-hitter in the WPIAL championship game.
The Mohawk Warriors have knocked off the four-time defending champion and are champions again.
The Shenango Wildcats are the WPIAL champions.
Elwood City, WPIAL champions for the first time in school history.
Cox with it. Cox all the way in the jam again. The Red Hurricanes storming their way to another title. Swing and a miss. A one-hit masterpiece.
Turn. Vegas and Maples keeping himself, coming near side. Can they hit him?
Strike three called. Put another notch in the belt for Laurel Spartans three-peat.
And Neshannock is the 2021 2A Girls Champion.
Your voice for Lawrence County sports.
The gold ball headed home to Newcastle.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet. And then there were four coming to you live from Westminster College. It's the PIAA Semifinals here on the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP. Today's broadcast, Neshannock against Laurel, brought to you by our Cunningham Funeral Homes. Today's broadcast also on the Trib Live High School Sports Network, brought to you by Maley Chiropractic, by Luxembourg Garbett Kelly and George, by The Red Zone, by Pontius Insurance, by the Crane Room Grill, by Something for Your Wall Photography, by the Tri-County Principals Association, and by the Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. And then there were four teams left in the PIAA tournament. The fourth time that Laurel and Neshannock have done battle on the softball field. I'm James Dotson, Lee Moan alongside, right where we were just, 3 weeks ago?
About 3 weeks, yeah.
For the WPIAL semifinals. Lee, it's another step along the path to Penn State, and that's the good news. We know we will have we will have exactly one more softball broadcast on the air at lcsportsnet.com. The winner of this battle, Lawrence County, will be out at Beard Field on Friday morning.
Yeah, and thanks to the sponsors for letting this happen. Our funeral home here today, to our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory. So greatly appreciate them doing today's broadcast. And don't know who's going to be broadcasting on Friday, but great. The only reason we're doing it is because of the great community support that we've had here in Lawrence County to be able to bring you this today.
How fitting to have our Cunningham Funeral Home. Special thanks to them for their support of Lawrence County sports here at lcsportsnet.com. They've provided Newcastle area with personalized services with care and compassion since 1848. How appropriate that they're helping us out here today. You can visit them online, cunninghamfh.com, to learn more about their services and for pre-planning. Make sure you visit them online or follow them on Facebook as well. Our Cunningham Funeral and Crematory allow their family to help your family.
Yeah, and we were saying before we went on the air, it's like how tough it is to beat a team 3 times, let alone 4 times, and this is what Neshannock's going to have to do here today. I mean, they came in undefeated, and the last game they played between these two was an 8-inning classic, 1-0 game. That's the closest it was. So does Laurel have enough to get over the hump this time?
Well, 2 out of the 3 times they went in extra innings. Also went extra innings in the second game of the year. That was an 8-5 game. What those two have in common, besides an Neshannock victory, they had an Addie Fry walk-off, a walk-off home run in the game at Neshannock, a walk-off double in the game here. The big difference, Lee, between this game here at Westminster last time 3 weeks ago and the one today, the wind, it's a complete 180 shift and probably about 15 miles an hour less in terms of velocity.
Yeah, which is great. So you might see some home runs here today, because the last time you said that wind was blowing in, and might see one go into the creek today, to the pond behind it, because we had a lot of power on both sides of on both teams. Excuse me.
This is our LGKG pregame show. Your insurance company not always on your side, but the law offices of Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George are. Visit them online at lgkg.com for your free consultation. Keeping promises for over 80 years, and you mentioned it, Neshannock undefeated at 24-0. Laurel 19-4. Those 4 losses, 3 to Neshannock and 1 to Beaver. I guess they're pretty all right.
Yeah, I would think so. So, since they're trying to get out to State College also.
Neshannock, the 3-time WPIAL champions. Laurel snapped of their 3 straight WPIAL championships as they met in the district semifinals, and now again here how fitting in the semifinals. I'm glad they could bring it right back here again, because it was such an incredible atmosphere. The hill up in right field was filling up like Williamsport in the last game, and you're going to see, I think, people trickling in. Maybe not quite as many this time. The fact that kids are out of school, people are out, doing their summer stuff on vacations, that sort of thing, but still expecting to see a huge number of fans in attendance here today.
Yeah, and then we have a second game here today also that Westminster, they were supposed to have that at Slippy Rock, and that had to change the plans, so they're going to have Sagerstown and DuBois Central Catholic playing here, the second game here at 4 o'clock after this one. Hopefully that game will start on time, but the way these 2 teams played, that might be a little late also. But it's a great facility here at Westminster, newly done softball field. Is a great to have perfect weather here today for this semifinal match.
And again, thanks to our Cunningham Funeral Home. Today's broadcast brought to you by our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory. They're the reason why we can bring this to you live or archived at lcsportsnet.com. They're going through the starting lineups. We'll go through all those as well. The winner will take on either Claysburg Kimmel out of District 6 or Conwell Egan out of District 12. That game also going on at 2 o'clock. And now we pause for the playing of our national anthem. Give you the sights and sounds here. Boom, right into our microphone. That might end up having to move here at some point, Lee.
What, the microphone up? That was way left.
Yeah, you still heard the boom.
Oh, that's all right. As long as it doesn't hit the microphone.
That is true. The 1-2 just misses away. 2 balls, 2 strike count.
Yeah, pretty good crowd on hand, for sure. This gorgeous summer day. Yeah, Autumn Boyd's had quite the year.
Get her numbers here in a moment after this 2-2 pitch to Erilyn Nogue. Off-speed pitch right into the ground. Nice play there at second from Zeppelin for the easy put out. 6-3 and 4-3 to retired.
Autumn Boyd on the year, 79 innings pitched, 58 hits, 37 runs, 20 earned, a 1.77 ERA, 153 strikeouts in 79 innings. Do the math, it's almost 2-1.
Impressive, and you'll see the numbers very similar with Addie Fry when she's in the circle, but now she's in the batter's box and watching the first pitch in there for strike 1.
And you have our umpires, don't you?
I do. James Lejewski is behind the plate. Don Elsawan, Chester Skinner, and Darren DeFranco on the bases. 1-0 misses up, sir. Excuse me. Evens the count. We'll take a look at the starting lineup here again as we cut out there momentarily. We'll get that all situated. Here's the 1-1. Off-speed pitch and a beauty from Autumn Boyd. These two went head-to-head incredibly well back and forth in that game.
Addie Fry, leading home run hitter on this team, 7 home runs on the year, .481 average.
This one right at us, and there goes the mic.
That cut the microphone. That cut the microphone.
Not that you could tell.
I think we can just keep it right there, don't you think?
Yeah, we'll try that.
You need this covered at all, or?
Yeah, I think we're all right for now. Hopefully. 2 ball, 2 strike. Here's the pitch from Autumn Boyd. Good hold from Fry at the plate, and the count will run full. Here with 2 down, Addie Fry, who had the game winners, both the game-winning 3-run home run and the game-winning double in the last 2 contests between the Spartans and the Lancers. Fry requests timeout, and it is granted.
Very, very well.
Payoff pitch. Fouled back to the screen. We'll do it again. Not just because, Lee, they've played each other how many times, but also, due to the fact that you have all the travel ball stuff they're playing against each other on the same team. These players do know each other insanely well by this time. We'll do it again. 3-ball, 2 strike. Off-speed pitch swung on and missed. That changeup, nasty here in the first inning, Lee.
That almost looked like a knuckleball. Didn't have any spin on it whatsoever. What a great pitch.
So 3 up, 3 down. We'll go to the bottom of the first inning. And with that, Lee will take a look at the starting 9 for the Laurel Spartans, with Autumn Boyd leading off pitching. Addie Deal, the first baseman, bats second. Third baseman Grace Kissick will bat third. Cleanup hitter is Grace Zeppelin. She plays second base. Right fielder Georgia Jellyman hits fifth, followed by center fielder Eva Kuth. Then designated player Abby Miles, catcher Alexis Brua, and shortstop Becca Valenti to round out the starting 9 for the Laurel Spartans.
And on the mound is Addie Fry, Gabby Parada behind the plate, Hunter Newman at first, Ali Giordano at second, Erilyn Nogue at short, Gabby Quinn at third. From left to right, Nalia Nogue, and the Tivio.
Addie Fry, a 17-0 record on the year. Thought the numbers for Laurel starter Autumn Boyd were crazy. How about a .73 earned run average? How about a .67 whip on the season? 167 strikeouts in 96 innings pitched. So again, just shy of 2 per inning, and only 12 walks allowed.
That's the most impressive number right there, is 12 walks in that. So, Boyd, I'm trying to see what Boyd's walked 34 in 79 innings, which is still very, very good. So you got 2 very good pitchers. They're going to be around a while, too.
Yes, they are. A freshman and a sophomore, the 2 in the circle here today for Laurel. It's 1 senior, 4 juniors, 5 sophomores for Neshannock. Also 1 senior, 4 juniors, 3 sophomores, and a pair of freshmen. That's what's, I think, most incredible about these 2 teams. One of them is going to the state championship on Friday. They each have 1 senior in the starting lineup.
And we have a baseball team here from Neshannock right now supporting the softball team. You can tune in at 7 o'clock tonight from North Allegheny High School. LC SportsNet will have that coverage for a trip to State College also. They take on Burgettstown, another rematch
of the WPIAA semifinals.
Semifinal.
That one went 12 innings, like this one went extra innings. This one only went 6.
Yeah, and I had to leave, in the 9th, I think it was?
I think, yes.
I think I left after 9 innings. I had to go broadcast North Allegheny volleyball that night.
Autumn Boyd will lead things off, a .417 hitter on the season. Fry winds, delivers, first pitch swinging, and past the first baseman. Going to be a tough play, though. Play to first. He's going to be not in time. Nativio tried to fire it in there, but a leadoff single. And I tell you what, Boyd is just picking up where she left off. She had 2 hits last time they played.
Yeah, first pitch swinging, and we're going to get our courtesy runner right off the bat, James.
It's going to be Maddie Main.
Maddie Main, so good job by Autumn Boyd. Boy, she's not wasting any time, is she? Knows that fastball's coming.
And again, with the way that these 2 teams have played recently. Courtesy
runner, number 21, Madison Main.
1 run might do it, Lee. I mean, that's all there is to it. So, now with that, Addie Deal leads the team with 7 home runs, hitting in the number 2 spot. But are you thinking move him over? No, she's thinking swing away, strike 1.
I'm thinking moving him over, but nonetheless, well, Addie Deal, check out her back foot too in that batter's box, James, and she's like halfway out of that box.
Yeah, she has that front foot right on the edge. That's the most it's been in. This one's popped back foul and out of play.
I mean, which is still technically in, as long as you get part of your foot in the box,
Well, and it's almost like a wide receiver. The toe is in, the heel isn't down, right?
Right.
No balls, 2 strikes, though the count.
I got to be careful what I say. I'm sitting beside an evaluator today,
yes.
so. If I say something wrong, I'm sure he'll nudge me.
The 0-2 misses upstairs. 1 ball, 2 strike to Deal.
Of course, I should know since I have to umpire tonight. So,
Addie Deal, who had a home run in the opening round game against Reynolds. How about that? A 17-7 win in the first round of the state playoffs. The 1-2, good hold as that one misses upstairs, evens the count at 2-2. And that was a day where Autumn Boyd did not have her best stuff. She was actually replaced by Grace Kissick midway through that game. But when you have an offense that can put up 17 runs like that.
yeah, that was what, an 8-7 game, or 7-all game.
I think it was,
Yeah,
you're right.
7-all game.
2 ball, 2 strike to Addie Deal here in the bottom of the first inning.
Boy,
Time requested and granted.
Fry not liking the signs right now.
Now they're on the same page. She'll deliver on the 2-2. Pops back foul and out of play. Again, today's broadcast brought to you by our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory. Visit them online, www.cunninghamfh.com.
Yeah, greatly appreciate their sponsorship here today to be bringing you video coverage today.
2-2. Another one. This one fisted down the third base line. That's going to fall harmlessly foul. So we'll do it again.
Comes the first pitch to Nalia. Puts it down. It's a perfect one. There's no way they're going to get her. Run scores. Perfect bunt there by Nalia Nogue. Giordana comes in to score. We're tied up at 1.
Now batting number 28, Erilyn Nogue.
Absolutely no chance that you're going to get, no matter how far up you're playing. You could be like Union's third baseman who's playing basically in the batter's box, and you're not going to get to that one.
Yeah, and she had no play at home either. So we're tied at 1 as Erilyn Nogue will step in. Pulls the bat back, stolen base, Nalia Nogue.
And that's also part of it right there, is that very unlikely that you're going to skid her out trying to steal second.
Number 31 on the year for Nalia. And I looked down, I saw Nalia running the third base, but they're just getting her glove to, or sliding guard off. The count 0-1 to Erilyn Nogue. Fouls this out of play. Count goes to 0-2. 1-1 here in the top of the third inning. You know Nalia is not going to be stopping at third base and the ball hit to the outfield.
No chance.
Comes the 0-2. They put the bunt down. It just goes foul, and that's going to be an out. So third out goes the strikeout for Erilyn Nogue. Tried it again, but did not get it down. But the Neshannock Lancers score 1 run on 1 hit. No errors, and we had a man left at the end of 2.5. It's 1-1 between Laurel and Neshannock. You're listening and watching the high school softball here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
For 20 years, Melee Chiropractic has treated athletes of all ages to help them get safely back to the top of their game. Melee Chiropractic has 3 full-time doctors in their office, and all 3 are former area athletes who have had to battle injuries throughout their careers. They want to help you get safely back on your feet. But more importantly, help stop the injuries before they happen. Prehab before you rehab. Attention all high school student athletes. During your sports season, a $25 visit to the Melee Chiropractic office includes an adjustment and/or all therapies necessary. From the athletes of tomorrow to the weekend warriors and everything in between, let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game.
Now batting number 11, Autumn Boyd.
And welcome back to the bottom of the third inning. Top of the order for the Laurel Spartans. Autumn Boyd, first pitch swinging her first time up. Blocked it right back through the middle. She scored the only Laurel run. Zaddy Fry on the mound for Neshannock. You said 2-1, James. First pitch, a strike. Thinking it was to be a 2-1 game either way. Comes the 0-1. Ground ball to Hopper. Erilyn Nogue will throw over the first and get the first out of the inning. Took a nice, easy hop for Erilyn there.
Addie Dill.
Yeah, nice to get Boyd off those 2 home runs, 417 average. Addie Deal will step in, 436 average, 7 home runs leads the team. In home runs does Addie. Swings and a miss, strike 1. She walked her first time up in a 12-pitch at bat. Never caught up to that fastball, did Addie Deal. Again, I want to thank our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory for sponsoring today's broadcast. The Deals fouls this out of play. Make sure you call them 724-658-4511. The only reason we're videoing today is because of our Cunningham Funeral and Crematory. I thank them again for sponsoring today's broadcast, along with our other sponsors. Comes the 0-2. That's popped up. Left center field. Nogue will come in about 10 steps, makes the catch for the second out.
Now batting number 23, Grace Kissick.
Also want to thank the Crane Room. You can grab a seat at the bar, in the dining room, the loft, or outside on the patio, especially now. Plenty of room at the Crane Room. Stop by before or after the game. Visit them online, www.craneroom.com. As Grace Kissick will step in. She walked her first time. 2 outs here in the top of the third. Got a 1-1 tie. First pitch that's popped up. Somebody give a chance. Newman's going to get in there. Perrod's going to come up and make the catch.
Wow, Perrod. Man, all the way from her crouch position, gets up. And that's probably the one and only time you'll see a smile on her face. You saw her all serious there during the pregame. Lee, that's why. Comes in, makes a big play to retire Laurel in order.
Yeah, 1-1 going to the bottom of the third. You're listening and watching the high school softball here on the Lawrence County Sports Network and the PIAA High School Sports Network. Time for our Melee Minute, Mr. Dawson.
Yeah, a little bit late, but let's go with the Melee Minute. Let's just take a look at
Don't
what's
have much around though anymore,
well,
because
let's just say,
about done.
Yeah, the winner is either Claysburg Kimmel or Conwell Egan, who are doing battle right now as well. We'll try to get a score update throughout the course of this broadcast, Lee, but winner of that one takes on the winner here of Neshannock and Laurel at Beard Field, 11 a.m. on Friday morning.
Yeah, Conwell Egan out in District 12 out in the city of Philadelphia. Interesting, we did a baseball game. I don't think they'll have the same problem. We did a baseball game with North Allegheny on District 12, and they rested their #1 pitcher
For
in the state semifinal game so they could pitch him for the City League Championship. Believe it or not.
Yep, I remember when Neshannock baseball won against Bishop Canavan, Newman Goretti a few years ago. That was a similar sort of scenario. It's a completely different mindset. It's crazy that you have the city championship right in the middle of the state playoffs to begin with.
Yeah, that too. But you know, City Philadelphia, the City League, Catholic League, that is so important out that way. Where here, our district championship and state championship is a lot more important. So Addie Fry will step in, struck out her first time up.
3, 4, 5 hitters here for Neshannock.
First pitch that's off speed. It's going to be fouled back to the screen. You content just to sit back and relax?
Oh, do I ever? I'm content to be playing troubleshooter here.
Okay.
It's all you, sir.
Oh, thanks.
You're welcome.
Or we could be like the Trib Live, in the next 3 innings.
We can.
Doesn't matter to me. Next pitch up high, ball 1. You got a lot. Whenever you want to jump in, just let me know. That's fine. You got a lot on your plate right now, trying to make sure everything's working, and appreciate your effort. Comes the 1-1. That's popped up high, shortstop. Gonna make the catch, and Becca Valenti.
And how great is it just to see Becca back on the field after she missed most of the season. First pitch of the game for the Neshannock Laurel Game 1. She took one off the wrist, tried to play through it, ended up having to leave the game. Alexis Brewer came in and just, I almost want to say kind of like a shell shock with a new catcher coming in, but struggled in that game as a whole, did Laurel. I think just kind of down with their senior leader.
And Newman lost one in the left field for a base hit.
Newman staying hot, hitting over 600 on the year, as you mentioned earlier, Lee. But just to finish the thought on Becca, missed the rest of the season. Alexis has been so great behind the plate. They're keeping her there, and they move Becca back to shortstop, and she's really kind of made a living there. Now moved from the leadoff spot to the 9-hole, kind of the second leadoff. So it's a great advantage that Laurel's been able to have.
So Gabby Quinn will step in. Struck out her first time up. First pitch, she ropes it just foul. I would love to. I'm going to throw out my random question. I would love to know if Hunter Newman's hit safely in every game this year with that 650 average. I mean, you would think she's going to be close to that this year. We'll have that stat if Neshannock wins.
No, we won't, because I have it here.
Oh.
I just got to go and go through it. So since I'm not play-by-play, I can do that.
Yes, I love throwing random questions out.
Well, game 1, no official at-bats, no hits. Did have a walk.
Here comes the 0-1. That popped up. It's going to get out of play. Count goes to 0-2 to Gabby Quinn. That's right, because you have access to all that stuff.
Game 3, she was 0 for 1 with 2 walks.
Well, there you go. So
but she's on base in every game so far that I've counted.
that's not a surprise. The count goes to 0-2. Set up outside. Change up there. Fake throw down to first, and Newman fell for it. Literally fell for it as she crawls back to first. I still want him to play the Seinfeld theme when she comes into the box.
Oh, well, we got Led Zeppelin. That's enough.
Yeah. Here comes the 1-2. That's popped up very high. Jones right along the foul line will make the second out. Newman fakes the tag, but not tagging, so 2 outs here in the top of the 4th, with the game tied 1-1.
Gabby Parode.
And it is Gabby Parade up.
Yeah.
So make sure.
I'm up to game number 14. She's been on base in every game she's played in.
You cooking dinner at the same time?
There's the first one. Game number 14 of the year. She had 2 RBI in the game, but did not have a hit or get on base. So
But she was still productive, though.
Very.
First pitch at a high fastball, strike 1. Newman slides safely back into first base. Brewer has a gun also. 2 very good catchers.
And guess what? Both of them sophomores.
Yeah, these 2 teams are going to be seeing each other for quite a while. Next 2 years, they're going to be the same classification, I believe.
Yes.
Comes the 0-1. That gets by Brewer. Newman's going to get back to second, down to second, excuse me. Pass ball?
I think so. I think that's one that, I mean, that's a tough one. It made it to the plate. It did hit the dirt, but I think that's one that should have been caught in the air by Alexis Brewer. So I think we're going to have to give pass ball. That's a tough one, though. Good off-speed pitch, though, for sure, from Boyd.
Comes the 1-1. That saves up Pod, 2-1. I have an evaluator beside me, but he's evaluating the umpires, though.
Oh,
so.
and let me tell you how much I trust the official scorers at some of these high school games, too.
Yeah, I understand. Comes the 2-1. That's roped foul. Only about 60 feet foul.
Only. Well, just for an example, the 12-inning Neshannock-Burgettstown game, you guys had 5 errors. The radio broadcast had 6 errors, and the Game Changers had 2 errors versus 3 errors. So take your pick.
Comes the 2-2. That's lofted left center field. That's going to find its way for a base hit. Newman's going to come around to score. RBI single. Gabby Parade, 2-1 Neshannock.
Now, Parade, who was out in front in a couple of her early at-bats, out in front on that last pitch there, able to keep the hands back, extend the swing, and get her 21st RBI of the year. Now, how big does that pass ball wild pitch look, though? That got the runner in scoring position, and that's all it took for Hunter Newman to get the second run, the go-ahead run on the board.
And Aubrey Ragone will be your courtesy runner for Parade. So she gets the job done. The Neshannock team has scored a lot of runs.
A lot of runs. Is that your cue for me to tell you how many exactly?
No, not at all.
Oh, well, I'll tell you here in a second.
I figured.
241 now on the year after those 2 have scored.
First pitch outside.
And
Ball 1.
and that's official runs, Lee, because they did have a forfeit win early in. I'm sorry, that was Laurel who had the forfeit win. Never mind. My apologies. I was going to say, I knew one of the teams had a forfeit against Freedom that goes as a 2-0 victory.
That's out of play. A lot of foul balls here today.
Yes. So Ali Giordano, who walked to lead off the 3rd inning and ended up scoring the first run of the game, was 2 for 3 back here last time they played. So she's been hot here at Westminster College.
Yes, and thanks to Gabby Gabby Parad, the red zone RBI, making it 2-1. Ground ball right back to Boyd. Will make the throw over the first, but Neshannock take the lead. 1 run on 2 hits. No errors. And 1 man left at the end of 3.5. It's 2-1 Neshannock. You're listening and watching the high school softball here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the Trib Live High School Sports Network.
For more than 120 years, people have relied on Martindale Hubbell's preeminent rating to select their attorneys. If you've been involved in an automobile accident, you should do the same. At LGKG, we have been preeminently rated for over 40 years.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
Today's broadcast being brought to you by our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory. Our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory, proud to serve their community for 6 generations. And in addition to the traditional funeral services, our Cunningham Funeral Home staff, they understand the importance of our pets and the impact that they have on our lives. Their on-site pet crematory ensures your pet is cared for with love and compassion like they deserve. You can learn more about all their services by going online to cunninghamfh.com or give them a call, 724-658-4511. Our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory, allow our family to help your family.
4, 5, 6 hitters for Laurel. Grace Zeppelin will step in.
I get it, buddy. Thanks, man. Appreciate it.
2-1 Neshannock here in the bottom of the 4th inning. First pitch, a little up high and outside.
Well, after the first 3 batters going on base, Lee, they did get a run on a sac fly, but 9 in a row who have been retired since a strikeout to Grace Zeppelin back in the first.
Yeah, and everybody seems to be on the same page, too, now. The next pitch, a little outside ball, too. And in the first inning, I mean, Parad was looking to the bench. Fry was looking, here we go. Now, they're not liking that softball. They're going to change the softball. Not liking that one either. Parad.
Hey, your catcher knows what the pitcher wants.
Yeah, and it's her job to take care of the pitcher. The count goes to 2-0. I'm sure Fry has a lot of spin in that ball. That ball goes inside, ball 3. Fry's going to put a little dirt on the ball. Excuse me, a little dirt in her hand. Excuse me, cannot put dirt in the ball.
But you can put the dirt in the hand, rub it into the hand, and then rub the ball up there, technically.
There's a strike. Yeah, as long as she wipes the hand first. 2-1, Neshannock here in the bottom of the 4th inning. The winner goes to State College. Here comes the 3-1. Just inside and low, leadoff walk. So Grace Zeppelin will take her first trip to first base today. And Georgia Jellyman, who has that RBI. A little late for Zepp, but this.
Well, her name is Georgia. Can you really be playing Sweet Home Alabama?
Go on, we want to be welcomed back, you know, so let's not criticize too much.
Especially considering how gracious they've been today to us.
Yeah.
Giving us their Wi-Fi. Yeah, we apologize again for the technical difficulties early on. We had not 1, not 2, but 3 different Wi-Fis all overheat on us.
Jellyman takes the first pitch ball. A lot was going on in that play.
Yeah, players charging, thinking about stealing.
And they get the bunt down, but it goes foul.
So Jellyman, we had an RBI in the second round game against Everett. And how about this? Everett in baseball still alive on the other side of the bracket, though.
And that goes up high, ball 2.
So
interesting.
Everett, who Laurel beat in the last round of the softball playoffs, could potentially meet Neshannock, baseball-wise, in the state championship.
Well, District 5, sometimes they go east, sometimes they go west. It all depends on the way the bracket's set up.
Sometimes they go both ways.
Yeah, here comes the 2-1. That's a perfect bunt down. Newman's going to field. Tough play. Great play to throw on to first base and get the out. Wow, did she throw a strike? Had to. Sacrifice complete. Zeppelin goes down to second.
Yeah, mark that one down as Georgiaman sac fly, now a sac bunt, but She basically made that throw blind. And the key with that, to be able to make that throw quickly, Lee, is you have to get the body turned as you're picking up the ball. Easier said than done when you're sprinting in like that, but wow.
And trust that Giordano is going to be standing at first base.
Yes, because you are. You're throwing that before you can even get the sight line.
So Kuth fouls off the first pitch.
That was impressive.
That was very impressive. And we do have to pick our Melee Chiropractic play of the game later on. $25 visit to their office includes an adjustment or all therapies. MAHLE chiropractic.com. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. That ball roped to the right field, coming in, does not make the catch. Des Nativio running third, and scoring will be Zeppelin, and going to third base with an RBI triple, Eva Kuth. 2-2 game.
Way to go with the pitch. Great effort in right field from Nativio, but it just needed about one more foot in at the beginning of that to be able to make that catch. And running hard the entire way is Kuth for her first triple of the season. And she stays hot now. RBIs in back-to-back game. We'll have another impromptu conference. You wonder what type of game it was going to be here, Lee. You had an 8-5 game when they played at Neshannock. You had a 1-0 contest when the wind was blowing in, really in favor of the pitchers in that game. And here so far today, I think you're going to be seeing some great pitching, but the bats are out for sure here early in this one.
Well, your 2-1 predictions down the drain.
You're correct.
But yeah, Nativio, that's the problem. If you dive for it or stretch for it and nobody's backing up, then that run's going to easily score.
Oh, there's no way. I mean,
she took a chance.
Nalia Nugget is quick.
Oh, right.
She's not that quick.
Yeah, I mean, she took a chance at it, and then they credit her for giving a whirl, but unable to keep that ball in front of her. So infield will stay back, interestingly, for the most part here against Abby Miles.
No, because Abby Miles hits it hard.
First pitch fouls it off.
Miles mentioned the 7 RBI game against Reynolds and an RBI triple in the second round quarterfinals game as well.
And 6 of her 16 hits have been home runs. Struck out her first time up. Game tied at 2 here in the bottom of the 4th.
About 10 of her 16 hits are extra base hits. Tie ball game.
Here comes the 0-1. That stays outside.
Yeah, Parad just set up a little outside. Didn't miss by much, though, on the off-speed pitch. But yeah, Miles, who has really benefited, maybe a little pressure off the shoulders of the junior by moving out of that cleanup spot and a chance to get some power later in the order.
Comes the 1-1. Fouls it. That just flinched a bit. Jeez.
I won't admit that I did too.
But your niece?
No, she's rock solid.
Yeah, she's
used to have a lacrosse ball flying past her head. She's fine.
She didn't flinch at all. That was impressive. Of course, she's not directly behind, so. Comes the 1-2. That's outside. Count goes to 2-2. Again, 7 o'clock tonight in Neshannock and Burgestown for the right to go into the state championship. You can watch that game here on lcsportsnet.com, powered by LCAP. Comes the 2-2. Swing and a miss. Took something off it, it looks like. Big strikeout with that runner at third, 2 outs.
Number 34, Alexis Brewer.
Third strikeout of the game, and yes, that is an absolutely huge one there. She got a strikeout of Zeppelin back in the first with the bases loaded. Now a strikeout here can allow the infield to move back a little bit more, at least especially at the corners.
Yeah, wouldn't be surprised to see Brewer possibly bunt here, just because she has not had the most success this year. On her batting average, she was coming in at 119 on the year.
But as a catcher, to have as many stolen bases as she does on the year, and we saw her running like crazy on a bunt attempt in the last game that they played here, she's got the wheels.
She does have 4 RBIs. That stays up high.
Also has one of the better eyes on the team as well. By the way, winner will take on either Claysburg Kimmel or Conwell Egan. Right now, it's the District 12 champion Conwell Egan with a 2-0 lead in the 4th. Tied at 2 here.
Comes the 2-1. That's fouled up out of play. I want to say Conwell Egan won a football championship this year. But that's my random question again. Or they were in the runnings for a football. But nonetheless, there's District 12 teams. 2-2, 2 outs. Fry. Here comes the pitch. That's up high, ball 3.
And the dangerous Becca Valenti, the only senior on the lineup in the on-deck circle.
And again, looking to the coach to get that sign. Here comes the payoff pitch. Ground ball, weakly hit. Newman gets it, but unfortunately, second baseman Giordano does not go over to cover first because they both went for the ball. Run scores, 3-2. Infield single for Brewer.
And the 5th RBI of the year, and that's not as much on Giordano either because she's going to make the play as well. You know, not as much in softball as in baseball. In baseball, that's a pitcher covering the entire time. That's just one that if Giordano can get to it, she needs to call off Newman quickly or vice versa. And that makes it 3-2. How about this?
So Valenti will step in. Yeah, Newman probably should have. The problem is that ball was weakly hit. So Newman thought she had to go get it.
Yeah, I'm not sure that Giordano getting to it and Newman covering would have worked either.
So the C&I single, if you want to say that, even though it didn't get through the infield, that next pitch, ball 2. You do not want Autumn Boyd coming up to continue this inning. If you're Neshannock, you're already down 3-2.
Yeah, Becca's still trying to get back into her stride, hitting 200 since her return.
That's popped up. Parad looking for it. It goes out of play.
But someone who has improved at the plate every game back. Her first game back, she had a big RBI single that extended a large inning in that first round against Burgettstown.
Count 2-1. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Laurel takes a 3-2 lead here. Comes the 2-1. That stays up high, ball 3. Tell your home plate umpire's been very consistent with that call. Not getting that high call today. Which I like. Hey, you're consistent. Yeah, you call it in the first.
As it should be.
Yeah. Comes the 3-1. Fly ball's going to go foul. I had to do that the other night. I was umpiring some slow pitch, and I let one go. It's like, oh shoot. And then naturally he's going to continue to climb. You know, it's like, okay, I got to nail it quick. I believe it's 3-2 if I'm not mistaken.
That's what I have. I have 3-2.
Yeah. Goes the payoff pitch. Fly ball, left center field, and that's going to drop in front of Malaysia. Throw comes in the 3rd, sliding in safely is Brewer. Going in the 2nd is Valente. 2nd and 3rd, 2 outs.
So 3rd hit of the inning. The RBI triple, the RBI infield single, and then that single and advancing the 2nd on the throw is Valenti, and there it is. Autumn Boyd now stepping to the plate. 2 runners in scoring position.
And another conference at the mound between Parad and Fry. Dangerous, dangerous, dangerous. Autumn Boyd coming in. Said she only has 2 home runs, but 18 RBIs on the year. Batting lead off for a reason.
Now, one of those home runs came against Reynolds. The team hit 4 or 5 home runs in that game alone.
Big part of this ball game right now.
The Neshannock Lancers baseball team huddled out in right center field. They'll play at 7 o'clock tonight, but right now they're watching as the Lady Lancers, trailing in the 4th inning, have not trailed at the end of a game yet this season.
Comes the first pitch. That's a strike.
Boyd, who singled to lead it off. Her courtesy runner stole 2nd and scored back in the 1st.
Brew at 3rd, Valenti at 2nd. 2 outs here in the bottom of the 4th. Comes the 0-1, ground ball inside the line. That's going to score 2. Boyd, 2 out, RBI double. Laurel leads 5-2.
2 out, 2 RBI, and just inside that 3rd base bag. That's a huge play to put the crooked number up on the board. Incredible piece of hitting. Sneaks it just inside the line for her 6th double of the season and her 20th RBI.
And Maddie Main will come in to be that courtesy runner, and boy, we'll get a nice round of applause as she comes in.
Courtesy running for Laurel, number 21,
just over the bag.
Yeah, Coach Jackie Lash came out to ask about it. And not much you can say. I mean, that's a home plate umpire's call the entire way on a ground ball. And looked pretty good from here.
I thought for sure it was over the bag from this angle anyways.
Another 2 for 3 game, though. Third time she's done that against Neshannock this year.
Daddy Dill swing and a miss.
4 runs in the inning, though, for the Spartans.
And 4 hits.
But all began with what, Lee? Leadoff walk.
The usual. Comes the 0-1. Deal does her usual, fouls it off.
Fouled off 6 pitches in her opening at-bat.
Yeah, blowing a nice bubble there. Another bubble gum she's chewing. Actually looked like green bubble gum, too.
Appropriate.
Yes.
Addie Deal, 436 hitter and has a team-high 33 RBI. Down 0-2 in the count.
And swings and misses strike 3, but Laurel. 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and we had a man left at the end of 4. Laurel 5, Neshannock 2. You're listening and watching the high school softball here in Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
At our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory, we are a proud 6th-generation, family-owned and operated funeral home located centrally in the Newcastle and Neshannock communities. Our large facility and experienced staff allows us to accommodate any family with personalized services. To learn more about our services and pre-planning, visit our website at www.cunninghamfh.com or follow us on Facebook. Allow our family to help your family.
In workers' compensation, my clients are oftentimes not receiving their wage loss. They're not receiving their medical expenses. LGKG, they come to us so that we can put them in a position to pay their bills. If we're keeping our promises, our clients are getting the justice they deserve.
Welcome back to Westminster College. 5-2 Laurel. Here in the top of the 5th inning. 8 non-1 hitters for the Neshannock Lancers. Lee Moe and James Dotson bringing today's action here on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP. Neshannock's beaten Laurel 3 times this year. James, we always said tough to beat a team three times in a year, let alone 4. And Neshannock has their work cut out for them.
Yeah, they do, and they have 8, 9, 1 hitters due up, but still 3 at-bats left to go, and they can just as easily do what Laurel did last inning. You just string a couple hits together, anything's possible.
First pitch, a strike.
But at the same time, tell you what, Autumn Boyd has been absolutely dealing.
Only 3 strikeouts on the day, which is unusual for her.
Had 15 against Everett in the quarterfinals.
Puts the bunt down, fielded by Boyd, and she'll throw over the deal to get the first out of the inning.
Now batting number 16.
So Nativio worked the first time, got the sacrifice, this time bunting for the hit. Does not get it down. Demuccio will step in.
Demuccio were also sacrificed in her last at-bat, and looking back on that at-bat, you thought it was going to be a great call to try to get that 1 run. You thought it would be a low-scoring game.
First pitch up high, ball 1.
And it worked to perfection. Walk, sacrifice, and then bunt single. So 3 straight bunts that worked out to Neshannock's favor. Actually 4 straight bunts as Harlan tried to finish off the inning with a bunt.
Comes the 1-0. Did she swing? Nope. Up high, ball 2. I thought she checked her swing.
I agree, as do the officials. That's all that matters.
Comes the 2-0. That's down low, ball 3.
Now doing the job right now as a 9-hitter, just trying to get on base any way she can. Looks like big brother James in that regard. Though James hit from the left-hand side.
I'm sure he's yelling some encouragement out there right center field. There's a strike.
I believe he's listening from home.
Oh, okay.
He's graduated.
Okay, sorry about that.
Yep. Doesn't feel like he should be graduated, though. Man. Tells me I'm getting old, Lee.
Here comes your 3-1. That's strike 2.
Great pitch on the inside corner.
Well, just look at your niece beside you.
Do I have to?
She didn't hear you.
Oh, yeah.
Comes the payoff pitch. That's down low, so Demuccio works that 1-out walk. Get to the top of the order in the Leah Nogue. Who put down a perfect bunt her last time up. Off the Fairfield, I believe it is.
Fordham.
Fordham, excuse me.
She was also the class valedictorian, Lee.
And the homecoming queen. And a state championship basketball player.
And medaling in states and track.
First pitch, a strike in the outside corner. What else hasn't she done?
She hasn't won softball gold at the state level, though. Trying to get her team out to Penn State. Winner of this one will play either Conwell-Egan or Claysburg-Kimmel.
This is what we need, 2 hyphenated names. Comes the 0-1. Ground ball, it goes foul.
As long as I don't have to try to tell people about Union area, Union-Reimersburg at the same time.
Union versus Union, huh? That's going to happen one day.
Yes, it will. Actually, I believe Laurel played in the state playoffs last year against.
Yeah.
Now they're just called Union City, not Union-Reimersburg.
The Damsels. Comes the 0-2. That's going to go foul. I always like it when Knock and York play.
I'm very glad we didn't have to do the Highlands versus Laurel Highlands.
Yeah, that's
game.
true. Yeah, that would have been tough because you have to say Laurel Highlands then. No choice.
They might have been LHL game.
One out here in the top of the 5th. Comes the 0-2, then the Leah Noge slaps that foul.
I love what she does. Chokes up, just wants to get the ball in play one way or the other. Really good back control when you do that. Oh, it was a basketball game, actually. Tim and I did a JV game as a favor to the Newcastle staff a few years ago, and it was Newcastle against Ambridge, and both teams had a player by the exact same name on the court at the same time.
Gotta love it. And that ball, I think it hit the bat of the Leah Noge. Yes, it did.
And she knows it. And both she and Autumn Boyd give a little chuckle.
Yeah, we were fortunate. We did a volleyball match just recently. They had 4 Patels on the roster. Thank God none of them were on the court at the same time. And it goes back to the 5 longs that we had.
I was going to say, it was a
yeah.
long night.
The long brothers, yeah. But when you had the same name on 2 separate teams, that's tough. That pitch gets through Brew at a wild pitch. And taking a wide turn. Now the throw in the 3rd and sliding in safely is the Mucho. Fortunate for her, she gets into 3rd base.
Aggressive base running, went to take the turn, was looking for the ball, didn't have the ball, or couldn't find the ball because the ball was already quickly back in the hands of Brua, but maybe the Cardinal sin, though, is throwing behind the runner before she committed.
Instead of running at the runner.
Yeah, you got to make her commit before you throw behind a runner like that.
So DiMuccio really fortunate to end up at 3rd base. Yeah, in that situation, Brewer should have definitely just run at DiMuccio, make her commit one way or the other.
1 ball, 2 strike count now. Today's broadcast being brought to you by our Cunningham Funeral Home.
Comes the 1-2, that's outside. What an eye there for Leah Noke.
And that's tough, too, because even if she does swing at that when she choked up like that, you're not going to be able to get to it. So, I mean, at that point, hey, if it's called strike 3, it's called strike 3, but a good hold to make sure she didn't.
Here comes the 2-2. Punches that foul.
And that's what she does, because basically she has done this so many times that she knows if she can hit it, it's in the strike zone. If it's something that's all out of the zone, she wouldn't be able to reach it. So it's all that practice.
Yeah, love that smile. Just smiling after every pair, her and Erlen. Let's do it again. Comes the 2-2. Punts it back, right back. The Boyd runner's going to come home and score.
Does the job.
So an RBI for Nalia Noge. Boyd tried to look her back. Boy, if she fakes that throw, DiMuccio is going to be dead at home. But I like Jay, take the shore out. Play goes 1-3. Erlen Noge will step in.
Now 2 down, but that all-important run on the board.
Yeah, you definitely take the out for the run right there. Now you have nobody left, nobody on base right now.
Erlen hitting over 500 on the season.
Swings and misses at that one.
0 for 2 on the day today, though, with a ground out and a bunt attempt with 2 strikes. That goes down as what was the 3rd strikeout of the game for Autumn Boyd.
Comes the 0-1. That's fouled off.
I mean, here's why that's big, though, from Nalia Noge on that last play, too. Yeah, you want to get a hit, you want to get on base, but you did the job. You got on base, and now you've got to run across the board this inning without a hit. And goes back to DiMuccio making the wide turn and forcing the throw behind the smart play to get to third.
Comes the 0-2. That's up high.
And the Neshannock's had to manufacture a couple of runs. I mean, they got one with Nalia's infield single after 2 sacrifices, got a runner to third. I mean, it's trust that the bottom of the order gets on and sets up this top of the lineup.
Comes the 1-2. That's low and outside. Count goes to 2-2.
Maryland was part of the offensive onslaught against Johnsonburg. Double, triple, 4 ribbies in that game.
2-2, fly ball, left center field. That's hit deep. That's going to be over everybody's head. Noge around second. She's going to try to score. Here comes the throw home. She slides in safely. Inside the park home run, Erin Noge.
Now batting number 8, Addie Fry.
Well, that's a way to get offense with nobody on base. And that one just hit off the base of the fence, took a little kick away from Emma Jones in left field there, Lee, but Dad was not going to stop her. He saw the throw coming in, was a little bit past the shortstop. The third baseman had to take it, and there was no throw to the plate. She never slowed down. Wow.
Yeah, I'm sort of surprised they sent her, but like you said, that throw was a little offline coming in. But of course, with Erin Noge's speed, Addie Fry will step in, first pitch up high, so Neshannock answers with 2 back. You're in the top of the 5th, and for those thinking about the DuBois Central and Sagerstown game, that's no way going to start at 4 o'clock. Next pitch low, ball 2.
How about this? That's the first home run of the year for Miss Noge.
Wow.
Nalia had one, I believe was also inside the Parker.
That would make sense. Addie Fry with all kinds of power. Comes the 2-0. That's a strike.
And you notice that the wind has shifted.
Yeah, I was just looking at that flag. And the fans don't like that high strike call.
Looked like it was right at the letters.
Comes the 2-1. That's line drive into right center field for a base hit. Fry will take a wide turn and hold there, 2 outs.
Now batting number 22, Hunter Newman.
Let's see if we get her
courtesy runner. I believe it's going to be Miss Frengel.
So Alina Frengel will be your courtesy runner. We are looking for officials, Mr. Dotson. PIAA.org. Click on how to become official. For those who didn't like that last strike call.
Well, and especially at the youth level. There are a bunch of officiating shortages in youth softball and baseball. Could definitely use some people getting their patch.
Hunter Newman, first pitch strike, snap, throw back, as safe is Frengel.
Great off speed. Looked like a screwball. Looked like that one came back in against Newman.
Yeah, it's got movement. Not a lot of spin on that thing either.
1 for 2, Newman. 656 hitter on the year, team high.
Here comes the 0-1. Add that up a little bit. Frengel's going to stop at second and get back in safely, so 2-out single for Newman.
Inside the park home run, kind of sparking this Neshannock team as they're now adding up on the hits. 6 in the game for Neshannock. They had 15 in the WPIAA championship, but right now they need a big one, and a freshman again coming up in Gabby Quinn. She's certainly been hot as well.
They're trailing 5-4 here in the top of the 5th inning.
Home run against Johnsonburg, 3-3, 33 RBIs on the year.
And this rope foul down towards our lcsportsnet.com sign. Again, thanks to our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory for sponsoring today's broadcast.
Both Newman, who just hit, and Quinn up right now, 3 for 4 in that WPIAA championship game. 5 RBI combined between them. A little 2-out lightning here for the Lancers.
Comes the 0-1. That gets by Brewer. Runners will move up 60 feet. Pass ball again.
Pass ball for that one for sure. So I got 2 pass balls and 1 wild pitch in this game against Laurel.
Now a base hit can possibly put you in the lead. Comes the 1-1. To Gabby Quinn. And she hits that way foul, way out in front of that one. Again, umpire out of softballs.
With how many have been fouled around?
Oh, jeez.
Been told just shy of 500 tickets sold for this game, Lee.
Not bad.
Yeah, Hillside, not quite as packed as it was for the WPIAA semifinal.
Well, the people coming in for the second game are going to look for a place to park.
Yeah. Good luck.
Comes the 1-2. Quinn, pop up deep left center field, going back, and going to make the catch. No, they dropped the ball. 2 runs will score. Quinn will go in with the third, and Neshannock leads 6-5. In and out of the glove of Evakuth.
Yeah, I even thought she had it. I thought she had it, but didn't quite get to the spot. Kind of got it coasting the whole way, and as you're bouncing in like that, makes it very difficult to make that catch. Difficult play there. We're going to have to see. I think you got to rule that an error.
I hate to, but I have to agree with you. So an E8 puts Neshannock in the lead. And the 8th man in the bat, Cabby Parables, could step in.
And that's one.
That first pitch up high.
That's one. Neshannock's game changer calls it a triple. Laurel's game changer calls it an error. as you would expect.
Yeah.
I'm in agreement. That's a tough
had
play.
a long way to go for it, but it looked like she was comfortably there to make that catch. Up high ball too. I have to be in agreement with you. Because it looked like she had it and was definitely not on the transfer or anything like that. So it just came out of her glove.
How about 4 runs for Laurel in the bottom of the 4th, and Neshannock with 4 right back, and they're still going.
Fouls this one back. Count goes to 2-1. Yeah, 4 runs. 1, 2, 3. 3 hits and an error so far. So 2 unearned runs on Autumn Boyd. A lot of game left, though.
Yes.
It's only the top of the 5th. Swung and a miss at a high fastball there.
Broad, who singled in a run back in the 4th. 2 out Lightning, though. Inside the park home run, 2 singles, and then that error.
Comes the 2-2. Fouls this off.
Right off the pole. That's. Thought they might check the ball, but.
Let's see if Laurel, how they react to that, too. Is like, here we go again.
Right.
We'll see how they battle, see if they can get out of this inning right now. Here comes the 2-2. That's fouled off again.
Nice catch, Lee.
Oh, yeah. Don't hear that often. Hopefully I'll be hearing a nice call tonight. Yeah, that wind has gone pretty heavy now towards left center field. Comes the 2-2. That's fouled out of like one of my drives.
And part of it, Lee, though, too, on that play out in center field for Eva Kuth, is that with that wind shift, now all of a sudden it's completely different from how you've seen every fly ball throughout the game. So a ball you're tracking that way hasn't been tailing as much with the wind. Now it is.
Fouled again.
Great job to keep the hands back, way out in front with the body. The entire bottom half is out in front. It's all about keeping those hands back long enough just to get a piece of it, and she did.
6-5 Neshannock here on the top of the 5th.
By coin toss, Neshannock, even though they won 3 times, they are the away team.
2-2 again. Fouled to the screen.
That's 5 that she's fouled back with 2 strikes.
Well, at this rate, James, I won't be helping you clean up.
At this rate, we're going to have fun getting down for Neshannock baseball at 7 o'clock.
Yeah, you're going to have to fight the traffic jam with the 450 people probably heading down there. 2-2 again. That's again fouled way left.
Hitting them hard. Hitting the ball hard. Off speed, fastball, everything. Great balance in there by the sophomore.
Yeah, Route 19 is going to be pretty busy.
Should have known better than to schedule the second game to be a 4 o'clock start.
Let's try this again. The 2-2. That's inside ball 3. Yeah, she's scheduled for 4:30 at least.
This will be the 12th pitch of the at-bat.
That sounds familiar.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, we had Addie Deal do that earlier.
She drew a walk after fouling off 6 pitches. What will Gabby Parrott do?
We'll find out in the payoff right now. That's ball 4. The wild pitch. Runner slides in safely. Home does Quinn. 7-5. So things falling apart here in the top of the 5th inning for Laurel, but the good news for them is plenty of time. And Autumn Boyd looks like she might be hurt, or she's just upset a little bit.
Yeah, I think frustrated as that wild pitch went high and away, but that gives us a chance during this Pontius Insurance trip to the mound.
And she's going to get a drink of water right now.
That's
it is
smart.
Really
It's been
hot out there.
and it's been a long inning. You got 5 runs already on the board.
Yeah, she's gasping for air right now. She's struggling. So
shout out again to our friends at our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory. They're proud to serve their community for 6 generations, a family-owned and operated, specializing in funeral and cremation services as well as pre-planning. At our Cunningham Funeral Home, their mission, provide compassion and guidance during one of the most difficult times. To learn more about their services and pre-planning, visit their website, www.cunninghamfh.com, or follow them at Facebook. Our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory. Allow our family to help your family.
yes, so Gabby Quinn reaches on that 2-out air on the center fielder and then scores on a wild pitch. 9th man to come, and Giordano will come to bat with a 7-5 lead. Now, only in the top of the 5th inning.
Ragone courtesy running again at first base, and Allie Giordano is batting, a .362 hitter on the year. She'll be the 9th player to the plate this inning for Neshannock after Laurel sent 8 to the plate in the 4th. Talk about a response.
First pitch, ground ball. Lenny up, throws low, and it's safe at first. Going to 3rd now on the E6 will be for your pinch runner.
Yeah, Ragone going all the way around, seeing it.
I want to thank Mr. Bob Gregg, who's tuned in from WJPA. He has that 7 o'clock broadcast. Conwell Egan now up 7-2 on Claysburg Kimmel.
7-2, wow.
Thank you, Mr. Gregg. So Ragone's at 3rd.
And now we're going to have a offensive conference. Don't see this very often, Lee.
No, you're allowed 1 inning. So why not?
Bobby Amelia was the best at it in the baseball aspect, former Blackhawk coach.
He took him a lot.
Yeah, we miss seeing Mr. Amelia on the
oh my gosh,
our thoughts and prayers still with that community. How great he was, not only on the baseball field, but as one of the assistant coaches for many, many years for the Blackhawk softball program as well.
Yeah,
or for the Blackhawk basketball, program. So they batted around, have the Lancers. Nativio led off with a bunt, 1-4. She's attempted 2 bunts today. Now we'll see. 1st and 3rd, anything's possible.
So Ragone's at 3rd, Giordano at 1st, and Giordano will take off, and they'll let her go down. No surprise there.
Catcher's indifference, not a stolen base. No, Giordano with her speed has a measly 6 stolen bases on the year. I say measly because the No-Gays have 31 and 28.
Yeah. Comes the 1-0. That's swing and a miss. 7-5 Neshannock here.
5 runs here in the top of the 5th on 3 hits. A walk and a pair of errors.
Comes the 1-1. That's down low, ball 2. This inning seems like it's lasted an hour.
Yeah, pretty darn close. And we do have to do a quick cleanup because we got to take this equipment down for the 7 o'clock baseball start.
Oh, I thought maybe you had 2nd set of equipment set up down there.
Well, that was the intention, but
it didn't happen.
Well,
comes the 2-1. That's inside ball 3.
At this, producer for that game wasn't going to be able to get off work until 4 anyway, so it was going to be basically we're all driving out at the same time. I might have to tell him to come up here and grab what he can.
Might be an audio broadcast now. comes the 3-1. That's a high fastball, swing and a miss, strike 2.
Nah, we'll make it happen.
Sorry, I can't help. Let's tell Tim to take his stuff.
Yeah, at least can have that set up.
Yeah. Comes the payoff pitch. That's up high, ball 4. It's a batter number 11. And Katie DiMuccio will step in.
Now batting number 16.
She drew the 1-out walk, went to second and third on the same wild pitch. Scored on an RBI groundout earlier here in the inning.
So we're going at third. Giordano at second. Nativio at first. First pitch gets away from Brewer. Here comes Ragone. She slides in safely at home. Another wild pitch. Another run in. 8-5 Neshannock. And now we're going to have a coach's visit.
And you can tell just not herself out there. It's the pitcher, Autumn Boyd, and that might be it. I think they are going to make the switch.
And real quick, Mr. Dawson, final, Conwell Egan defeats Claysburg Kimmel 7-2, so the winner will take on Conwell Egan.
So it looks like it's going to be position change. See how they move it around. Grace Zeppelin, I think, is going to move over to third base.
My binoculars are in the
Yeah,
bag.
Zeppelin to third, Boyd to short, Valenti to second. Grace Kissick will go to the mound. So Grace Zeppelin to third, Autumn Boyd moved from pitcher to short, Becca Valenti moves over to second base.
You said Valenti?
Valenti moved from short to second.
Oh, okay, there we go, okay.
So in this inning, Lee, 5 runs, 3 hits, 4 walks, 2 errors.
And our RBIs all year, they've been sponsored by the Red Zone. You can stop by at the Red Zone on Wilmington Road in Neshannock for all your county sporting apparel needs, sporting goods, custom apparel, embroidery, and more. Visit them online at theredzonesports.com and on Facebook. Search the Red Zone. Score big at the Red Zone. And after this game, we will have a very, very, very quick recap and a player of the game. We'll announce that player of the game, the LCAP player of the game. Lawrence County Community Action Partnership. They're dedicated to enhance the quality of life within Lawrence County by eliminating and preventing the causes and effects of poverty by mobilizing and directing resources to assist, educate, and promote self-sufficiency. For more information on to find out how you can assist, visit them online, lcap.org. That's lccap.org. LCAP, changing lives.
Changing the pitcher is Coach Frank Duddy. Kissick, who came in relief of the opening round game of the state tournament.
So she steps in. I believe it should be a 1-0 count. It should be a 2-0, I believe. Let's see what the umpire singles not yet. I believe it's 2-0.
That's what I got.
He's only got 1.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's going to get a time right now. He said they get the wild pitch. Should be 2.
Well, and home plate umpire saying no, it's not. So he's going to go and confer with everyone else. But yes, I agree. It should be 2-0 because the first pitch,
it's a wild,
the wild
yeah.
pitch is what scored the run. So absolutely, it should be a 2-0 count here to DiMuccio.
Well, when you have this long of an inning.
Yes, and everybody's getting a little dehydrated back there.
So there's our 2-0 count.
Yep.
That's right. Get them all together.
Good. Make sure of it.
Yep.
I mean, Lee, I thought the same thing. This is the first pitch. Wait, is it the first pitch?
No. So Giordano is at third. Nativio is at second.
Kissick, by the way, has a 6-0 record on the season.
Squaring around the bunt. And all inside, ball 3.
Kissick, Boyd, and Addie Deal have all rotated time in the circle as needed over the course of the year. Boyd had thrown every inning in the playoffs until Kissick came in relief in the first round game against Sagertown.
And there's a strike.
Or not Sagertown, Reynolds, excuse me.
And we have a huge upset in softball, Mr. Dawson.
Do we?
Clearfield defeats Beaver 2-1.
Oh, wow.
The Clearfield Bison knock off Peyton List.
That's their first loss in 2 years.
3-1, that fouled up out of play. How about that? So Clearfield's going to make it to the state finals. Wow. And again, thank you, Mr. Bob Craig of WJPA, for that information.
Wow, that's incredible. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 down.
Comes the payoff pitch, ground ball short. Boyd will throw over the first and get the out. So Laurel finally gets out of the inning, but they score 6 runs. I believe only 3 hits on the air. 3? Yep, 3 hits. Had an error, had a couple left. At the end of 4.5, it's 8-5 Neshannock. You're listening and watching the high school softball here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the PIAA High School Sports Network.
At our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory, we are a proud 6th-generation, family-owned and operated funeral home located centrally in the Newcastle and Neshannock communities. Our large facility and experienced staff allows us to accommodate any family with personalized services. To learn more about our services and pre-planning, visit our website at www.cunninghamfh.com or follow us on Facebook. Allow our family to help your family.
A good teammate is always available when you need them, just like Realtor Mark Walzer of Keller Williams. Mark Walzer serves Lawrence County and surrounding areas full-time to make the real estate buying, selling, and investing process a win-win for everyone. For more information, call 724-730-8813 or visit his website at markwalzer.kw.com. To immediately connect with buyers and sellers, go to his Facebook page, Mark Walzer, Keller Williams.
Diagnostics Direct Inc. is your direct supply line for disposable gloves. Founded in 1995, Diagnostics Direct began importing and distributing various brands of disposable gloves, and since then have secured their own product line and trademark, VersaPro. Diagnostics Direct provides gloves for healthcare providers and a wide range of other industries for as low as $4.95 per 100 gloves. Visit them online at diagnosticsdirectinc.com. Diagnostics Direct, providing superior products.
And first pitch to Grace Kissick, popped up infield. Giordano is going to take charge for the first out of the inning.
Had to give a quick shout out there to sponsors for the baseball game there tonight as well. So you heard from Mark Walzer of Keller Williams Realty and Diagnostics Direct Incorporated. Special thanks to them. They're going to be the reason we have video coverage of the Neshannock baseball game coming up. Right now, 6 runs in that inning for the Neshannock Lady Lancers to take what was a 5-2 deficit now to this 8-5 advantage.
Yeah, first pitch a strike. Just curious to see how Addie Fry was going to react after being on the bench for it seems like an hour.
Yeah, well, she's been at least in the shade for the last hour. That's a big difference.
Yeah, she's got through first 2 strikes here. Here comes the 0-1. That's popped up. Left center field, Nogue will go over about 15 steps. She'll easily make that catch in left center field for the second out.
Yeah, with her speed, I would say there's not much that is out of her range, but again, nothing guaranteed the way this wind has all of a sudden started swirling and going back to that right to left.
Yeah, Laurel just not a good time to have probably your worst inning of the year. A couple wild pitches, an error, pass ball.
Yeah, 6 runs, 3 hits, 4 walks, 2 errors.
Ground ball. Newman's going to easily make that. 3 unassisted, so 3 quick outs. End 5. 8-5 Neshannock. You're listening and watching the high school softball here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the PIAA High School Sports Network.
Today's broadcast being brought to you by our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory. Special thanks to our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory for their support of Lawrence County sports here at lcsportsnet.com. They provided the Newcastle area with personalized services with care and compassion since 1848. Visit our Cunningham Funeral Home's website, www.cunninghamfh.com, to learn more about their services and pre-planning. Or follow them on Facebook, our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory. Allow our family to help your family.
You want pictures, my friend?
Absolutely, you want pictures.
You want pictures of today's game and tonight's game? They'll be available on Waltzer's, your sister's website, huh? Thanks to Something for Your Wall. Nothing is better than the perfect capture moment, the slide into home, crossing the goal line, the perfect dig, the concentration, the frustration, the elation. Heather Walser wants to give you something for your wall. Check her images out of today's game on lcsportsnet.com and check out all of our great capture moments on Facebook. Search something for your wall. I greatly appreciate her all year long, along with our Melee Chiropractic Play the Game coming up. Let Melee Chiropractic keep you in the game. MAHLE, chiropractic.com.
And we will not be giving out shirts for this game, though, Lee.
You run out.
We did. And we're going to give a shout-out to the Kaisers over at the Red Zone because they're celebrating their first grandchild. So
that's a good reason.
Yeah, so we didn't put any extra burden on them.
Nah. Nalia fouls it down the left field line. It's going to drop foul. Jones gave chase.
So, again, those just tuning in, Neshannock fell behind 1-0 after the first 3 batters of the game reached base for Laurel. Neshannock tied it back up in the 3rd after a leadoff walk and an infield single by Nalia Noge, and then got the lead in the 4th after an RBI single from Parad scored Hunter Newman. Laurel, 4 runs on 4 hits in the 4th. What a response in the top of the 5th. 6 runs for Neshannock. All those coming with 2 outs, too.
Yeah, that's the thing there. And boy, Nalia ropes it into center field for a base hit. Change the approach there. Forget about the slap stuff.
And that's the reason why she's going to have a chance to be going places, because it's not just about the little poke, but that's what she's known for, to use those wheels. She's got the power, too. Strong girl. And not be surprised if she's going to second base here.
Yeah, especially right now. She'll take off at this first pitch. There she
goes.
And Ari slides in safely. Is there any chance of getting her? That's her second of the game.
You got to have a perfect pitch out, a perfect throw, and a perfect tag.
Yeah, at the high school level, tough to get her. At the college level, she'll run into some resistance, but
32 swiped bags on the year. 32.
So Erlen Noge will try to get her over to third. There's a strike. 2 strikes on Erlen Noge. Yeah, the reason I said Fairfield earlier, we had a baseball player going to Fairfield earlier, our last softball game we had for North Allegheny. Fought up out of play. North Allegheny going into defeat.
How many games you figure you've broadcast this year, Lee?
Oh, my gosh, over 100 for sure.
This is number 122 on the Lawrence County SportsNet that we put up in our inaugural year.
I would, maybe not. I don't know. I'd have to go back. I mean, with North Allegheny and.
I think it's got to be close.
Yeah. Everything runs together.
Yes.
Comes the 0-2. Strike 3 on the corner. So Kissick gets the out. 1 out.
Her first strikeout in relief.
Yeah, I'd have to go back and look at everything. At 20, 40, 60. I had that 2-week break in the summer for a Florida trip, but I would say at least 80 for sure. First pitch, a strike to Fry.
Fry with a team-high 49 RBIs on the season. And
someone must be watching from our broadcast because they get the camera right behind the strike zone, right?
Right.
That's what I thought. Yeah. Comes the 0-1, swing and a miss, strike 2.
I mean, if you want to say, oh my goodness, why were you not swinging at that pitch that was right down the middle?
Yeah. Again, PIAA.org, click on how to become official. We need them all.
We've seen Mr. Lejeski out there plenty of times. He's been insanely consistent behind the dish today.
Comes the 0-2. Out of play. I'd love this. You know, I'm not a big fan of all the analytics and the. You can judge the umpire, the strike zone, 95. I'm not a big fan of that, but he's been really.
Well, we'll get our producer extraordinaires, Mr. Aaron Vigiano, Dom Summers, on. We're going to get a strike zone cam in the next couple of years. How about that?
Comes the 0-2. Swing and a miss, high fastball. She goes down. 2 outs here in the 6th.
So after the double in the swipe bag, back-to-back strikeouts.
But guess who you have coming up, though? Miss Hunter Newman is already 2 for 3.
Yeah, pair of singles, pair of runs scored. She's got 35 RBI on the season. Was 4 for 4 with 3 RBIs the first time these two teams played. She had all 4 hits.
And Brewer steps out.
As she should.
I didn't think she's going to get. A little late of a step out there, but home plate umpire grants it.
Here we go again.
First pitch outside, ball 1. I don't know if their risk coaches are on different pages, different numbers or something today. Brought a little bit of a smile on her face there.
It's hot out there. Sometimes you the brain melts down. Did you say 2-1-3 or 2-3-1?
That ball goes out of play. Oh, I see my pet peeves hailing in here today with the umbrellas up today.
Tell you what, anything to stay cool today.
Yeah,
I mean,
it's hot and sticky.
We can't say anything, Lee. I've got 4 overheated Wi-Fi jetpacks at this point, so I'm literally waving number 4 back and forth to keep it cool as we are broadcasting.
And now this is going to be
it's an equipment malfunction this time.
What else to delay the second game?
Well, it gives us another chance to remind you today's broadcast brought to you by our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory. They're proud to serve their community for 6 generations, family-owned and operated, specializing in funeral and cremation services as well as pre-planning. Their mission, provide compassion and guidance during one of your most difficult times. You can learn more about their services and about pre-planning by visiting their website, www.cunninghamfh.com, or follow them on Facebook as well, our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory. Allow our family to help your family.
I thought Barb Kennard was the athletic trainer, like wrapping ankles and wrists and everything.
Well, she's got the athletic tape, and that's what's going to be used to
try to tape the helmet together.
Oh, we have a moment. I want to give a shout out to these coaching staffs right now.
Yes,
Frank
please.
Duddy and Chris Lombardo on the bases for Laurel. Jackie Lash, the head coach who stays in the dugout. Jeff Schaefer, the first base coach. Don Nogay, the third base coach for Neshannock. Just what they've done with their teams this year. And I mean, I'm just going to put it in paper right now. Coach Locke, if you're listening, I know you're behind us. Mr. Fry, every game between Laurel and Neshannock next year, year after that probably as well, we're going to be there.
Which I like. Now, having to see Mr. Fry, I don't know.
Yeah, that's another story.
Yeah, okay. Count goes to 1-2. Ground ball's going to go foul. No, these athletic directors greatly appreciate Coach Luck and Mr. Fry. And whenever we go to those Neshannock and Laurel, I mean, they really, of course, everybody in the school district, I mean, it's been just great to us, accepting the network all this year, taking good care of us. Comes the 1-2. Ground ball, hard hit, but right at Giordano, and she'll throw on the first for the third out of the inning. 3 up, 3 down. We played 6. It's 8-5 Neshannock over Laurel. You're listening and watching high school softball here in the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
When a team needs to discuss their next move in a big game, Coach calls a timeout. When you need to discuss your next move after your latest life endeavor, let Ponce's Insurance be your coach. At Ponce's Insurance, how we serve you is as important as the insurance we provide. Protecting those you love, the business you built, and the things you've earned. That's our job. At Ponce's Insurance online at poncesinsurance.com. Ponce's Insurance. Love the life you live.
Contractors, the Department of Healthy Homes needs you. From small to large residential projects, you can help families live safer and healthier with the quality work you do. It's rewarding in more ways than one. Call LCAP's Department of Healthy Homes today.
Just like going to the doctor, our homes need a checkup too. If your home is not properly weatherized, you could be at risk for symptoms that cause unhealthy ailments and higher utility bills. The Weatherization Assistance Program is the key to reducing utility costs and increasing comfort in your home. Services include an in-home energy audit to inspect your furnace and hot water tank, check for air sealing around windows and doors, and ensure adequate insulation and ventilation. Learn more at lcap.org or call the Department of Healthy Homes to get your checkup today.
Welcome back here, top of the 7th inning, 8-5 Neshannock, a trip to the State College on the line for the state finals to take on Conwell Egan, the winner of the east side of the bracket. 11 o'clock Friday morning, we will have that broadcast, an audio broadcast right here on Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP. Tonight, in about 3 hours, hopefully we'll start on time down there in North Allegheny, Neshannock and Burnetstown, the rematch in the semifinals. they'll do battle for a right to go to State College for the baseball championship on Thursday at 10:30 in the morning. So bright and early. Gabby Quinn will step in.
Bright and early is right. Most of the Neshannock baseball team has started to make their way down to North Allegheny. We'll wrap up quickly here, quite literally. Wrap everything up and throw it in my car and get down NA.
First pitch a little high. Might want a police escort.
Well, does Barb's truck count as a police escort?
It could. Gabby Quinn 0 for 3 in the day, but reached in that 2-out error in the 5th inning. That trip hit the center field, a high ball 2.
Coming up after the game in our Tri-County Principals post-game show, we'll announce our LCAP player of the game and our Maley Chiropractic play of the game. Special thanks to our powering sponsor, LCAP, all they've done all year long. Please give them a call. Check them out, lcap.org, and thank them for all they've done for us.
That ball's hit in the left field for a base hit. So Quinn gets her first hit of the day. Yeah, lccap.org. It's lccap.org.
LCAP changing lives, trying to change lives here. 8-5 the score. Neshannock also score when they won in their second section game, I should say, against Laurel. Long pause. Now they finally get the sign in from Coach Nogue at third base. Just hit the 2-hour mark of this game here, Lee.
First pitch up high. Snap throw back down the first, back safely.
Tell you what, that was pretty darn close over at first base. Gabby Perrod, RBI single, walked and scored as well.
Yeah, and that walk and scored, that was that 13 pitch at bat.
Yeah, her courtesy runner Ragone scored after that 13 pitch at bat.
That's fouled up out of play.
You can see a little bit of the crowd on hand, not only for this game, but getting ready for the next one, and some cloud cover. That would have been nice an hour ago.
Yeah. Count goes to 1-1. 8-5 Neshannock here in the top of the 7th.
Yeah, my
runner takes off to throw down the second. It's going to go in the center field. But staying at second is Quinn, stolen base.
Yeah, Quinn going, not a loud call from the bench or anybody, and because of that, and also because of how far over Autumn Boyd is playing at shortstop, she wasn't even there to get there in time. And that's almost just a straight steal in terms of base runner versus fielder. Who can get there first?
So count goes 2-0 to Gabby Perrod. 2-1, excuse me.
This team loves to steal bases.
Oh, yeah. That's up high ball 3.
I have 3 stolen bases on the day for Neshannock. That gives them 137 on the season.
And 24 games, that's almost 6 a game. Jeez.
Math teacher approved there.
Thank you. Didn't even pull out the abacus either. That's up high ball 4.
So the first walk in relief from Grace Kissick. Autumn Boyd issued 5? Yes, 5 walks in her 4 2/3 innings.
Ragone should be our courtesy runner, I'm assuming.
Yeah, third time Perrod's been on base today.
So Aubrey Ragone. You still have your abacus?
No.
Mr. Rebel?
It was donated to Mr. Rebel of Trib, absolutely.
That's nice. He does use it, too. Does he know how to use it?
Oh, of course he does. Not.
So Quinn at second, Ragone at first. Giordano was 0 for 2 in the day. Bunts this one, first one foul.
Did walk and score back in the third. Did Giordano?
Yeah, the bad inning for Laurel. Giving up their 6 runs, couple errors. Couple wild pitches. Pass ball. Mentioned the walks. This is the worst inning of the year probably for Laurel. That one bunts high and a foul. I think Giordano just got to put the bat in front of her face that time.
You're right. That was a save me sacrifice.
And you don't mind Kissick, hey, throw it up and in, see if you can bunt it.
That's what you're taught to do as a pitcher, especially on a suicide squeeze style. Exactly what you're trained to do.
Comes the 0-2. Right field, that's going to fall in for a base hit. Quinn's going to come around third, and she's going to score. Pregame will go to third. RBI single for Giordano. 9-5.
And now 9 hits to go along with those 9 runs in the game. And runners on the corner. How about that, though? 1-2 or an 0-2 pitch. You go the other way with it. That's a good piece of hitting. Maybe too good of a pitch thrown on 0-2, though, by Kissick.
Comes the first pitch, strike one, and going into second easily is Giordano. Looking for more.
Now that one, I think you do have to give a stolen base because there was a pump fake there, right?
Sounds good to me. I'm not a catcher indifference guy, or runner indifference, or whatever you call it.
Yeah, catcher's indifference. If the catcher does not do anything, you cannot give a stolen base, apparently. Working 9 to 5, trying to get more here, though, is Neshannock.
That's up high, ball one. I take it you're a Dolly Parton fan, too, or?
Sure.
You're not too terribly young for Dolly Parton, so.
It's better than 25 or 6-4.
Yeah. Comes the one, swing and a miss. It's a strikeout, one out here.
That's another big strikeout, just trying to keep it within range for Laurel. That's all you're trying to do for if you're Kissick. Get out of this inning, keep it a 4-run deficit. You got 9-1-2 due up, but your 9-hitter is like another leadoff hitter. And Autumn Boyd is one of your top RBI girls on the team as well, who is batting second. This game is far from over, Lee.
Oh, definitely. Demetrio steps in 0 for 2, swings and misses first pitch. She walked and scored in the 5th and grounded out twice.
She was the first player that relief pitcher Grace Kissick faced, and fun fact, they are teammates in travel ball.
Comes the 0-1. That's up high.
So many of these players playing on the teams together over the course of their high school careers and the summer ball and travel ball.
Yeah.
I mean, they know each other so well. They know their tendencies. And
comes the 1-1. That's up high. No, she's going to say they say she swung.
Yep, could not hold the swing on that one. And, you know, there's a lot of times that the players can tell you a better scouting report than the coaches of the opposition.
True. So count goes 1-2 to Demetrio. Comes the 1-2. She swings and misses, strike 3. So 2 quick strikeouts here, 2 outs. Bring up the top of the order.
How about Kissick with the K's, though?
Now batting number 20.
That's 4 for her.
She's got 4. Well, she came in. She threw just shy of 38 innings on the year, 72 strikeouts. So basically, that almost that exact same 2K per inning average that you saw with Autumn Boyd.
So Nalia Nogue. First pitch swing, and that goes into center field for a base hit. 1 runs in, and here comes the second one to throw home. She'll slide in safety. Will be Giordano. 2 RBIs for Nalia Nogue, 11-5.
And now 4 RBI on the day for the senior, and free swinging. Last 2 at bats to get those insurance runs, and they are huge, those last 2. I mean, a 4-run game, I mean, you get a couple players on. They started the game getting bases loaded, nobody out. That means the tying runs at the plate. Now a 6-run advantage makes a huge difference.
So Erlen Nogue, 1 for 4 on the day. That 1 hit, and inside the park home run, and a wild pitch again. Puts down the Leah Goge, the third base.
11 runs, 10 hits on the day for the Lancers.
Boy, it didn't look like that when they were down 5-2 in the 5th, did it?
Well, what did they do? Leadoff batter tried to bunt, got out. Demetrio walked. RBI ground out after Demetrio got all the way to third, as this one's called strike on the outside corner. But then after that, the inside the park home run started the 2-out rally. Back-to-back singles from Fry and Newman after that. A long fly by Quinn to center field that was an error, scored 2 runs. A walk, an error, another walk.
And Nogue rips one to right center field. That's going to go against the fence. No way she's stopping at second. She's going to third. RBI triple for Erlen Nogue.
Her 5th triple of the season. I wanted to mention that earlier, is that she was robbed of her 5th triple when she went inside the park, but man, get her a couple more at bats. She's got the toughest parts of the cycle going on now.
Yeah, we're going to have our Paunson Insurance trip to the mound. It's like teams go to the sideline to listen to their coach and discuss their needs. It's what you get at Paunson Insurance. They put their attention to the things you own so you can devote your attention to the ones you love. Visit them online, PaunceInsurance.com. That's Paunson Insurance. Love the life you live, worry-free.
And another red zone RBI. 2 for Erlen Nogue, 6 for Nalia Nogue. Everybody getting involved here today.
724-654-6065 for Spirit Sales at the red zone.
They're already starting the Spirit Sales started up for the fall season here, Lee.
Which they need to, and they'll do a lot, so you can make a lot of money by just sharing a link. So give them a call, 724-654-6065, as Addie Fries swings and misses at the first pitch. 12-5 Neshannock here in the top of the 7th.
They sent 11 to the plate in the 5th inning. This is the 8th batter here in the top of the 7th for Neshannock.
Scored 9 runs here in the last 3 innings of our other Lancers. Here's a strike.
0-2 the count, and again, Laurel 9-1-2 hitters. Valenti, Boyd, and Deal are due up.
Comes the 0-2. That's fouled back to the screen. So Laurel, unless a miracle, their season will come to an end tonight. But what a great season.
I mean, yeah, you've lost to 2 teams on the entire season. And
one's 4A.
And they made state semis.
And a wild pitch is going to allow Erlen Nogue to come in. 13-5. So 5 runs here in the 7th inning for Neshannock.
5 runs on 4 hits in this inning. 13 runs on 11 hits total in the game.
Strike 3 called. So strikes out the side does Kissick, but as you said, 5 runs on 3 hits. Go to the bottom of the 8th, or bottom of the 7th, do or die for Laurel Spartans. 13-5 Neshannock. You're listening and watching the high school softball here on the Trib Live High School Sports Network and Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP.
And today's broadcast brought to you by our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory. Our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory, proud to serve their community for 6 generations in addition to their traditional funeral services. The Our Cunningham Funeral Home staff, they understand the importance of your pets and the impact they have on your lives. Their on-site pet crematory ensures that your pet is cared for with the love and compassion that they deserve. You can learn more about all their services by visiting www.cunninghamfh.com or give them a call, 724-658-4511. Our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory allow our family to help your family.
The law firm of AV rated attorneys and super lawyers, Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George, been keeping promises for over 80 years. You can call 724-201-1576 to let their team of attorneys guide you through the legal process. You can visit them online at lgkg.com. That's lgkg.com. Luxembourg, Garbutt, Kelly, and George. They track cases and insurance companies know it.
So last chance here for the Laurel Spartans. But facing one of the largest deficits of the year, you would think, for the Spartans. They lost in their game 6-1, 8-5 on a walk-off, 1-0 on a walk-off, and the game to Beaver was a loss as well. That was also a 6-1 loss. So the largest deficit that they have faced.
You know, I was thinking the same thing earlier, that Neshannock might have been facing their largest deficit of the year, 5-2 in the 5th inning.
That's a very good point.
So
you asked how they would respond, Lee. 6 runs in that top of the 5th inning.
I think they responded well. First pitch swinging is Becca Valenti.
Well, and half of it, Lee, is knowing you can do it, putting balls in play. I mean, that's the key right there, because they only had 3 hits in the inning. You have an inside the park home run. That was the 2nd run of the inning. But then a couple singles, hard hit ball, and it was an error in center field that allowed 2 more runs to go. And at that point, the floodgates start to open. At that point in this hot sun, teams out there for 15, 20 minutes, and that can make a huge difference too. You extend an inning any way that you can.
Yeah, it looked like Autumn Boyd was getting a little hot out there. Valenti puts one in the right center field for a leadoff single.
Senior says,
Yeah.
I'm not done yet.
Nope, 2 for 3 in the day for Becca.
And again, glad to see she was able to get back through. Would have loved to see her for her full senior season, but very fitting that she's able to get an at-bat and get a single. She wants to get another at-bat this inning. That's about the only way that Laurel will have a chance, is if it gets all the way back around to her again.
I would not put it past Laurel that they
No.
do it.
Especially got Autumn Boyd up now, starting pitcher, now playing at shortstop.
Yeah, this Spartan team has put up a lot of runs also. And there's the wild pitch. Going down the second is Valeni.
Yeah, so you were going to say, too, how effective is Neshannock's hurdler Addie Fry? Only a freshman. Yeah, she's thrown games where she's had 140-some-odd pitches by the end of the game. But in this heat, I mean, at this point, coming up on pitch number 98, so she's managed pretty well today.
Fly ball, deep right center field. Nogay's going to go back, and she has room at the fence. Makes the catch. Tagging from second to third is Valeni, but how about Nogay's speed?
Yeah, that's a double or a triple almost against anybody else in Class 2A.
Amazing that she made up that room. That ball was smoked in the right center. She's fun to watch.
Addie Deal coming to the plate. She's 0 for 2 today. She's one of a couple players who have an 800-plus slugging percentage on this Laurel team. Abby Miles also up there. What was the crazy number? Addie Fry is over 900. Hunter Newman's over 1,000 on the other side. Just the weight of these teams, it's sad that it's awesome that they're in the same section, but it's sad that they're in the same section and have to keep facing each other because this Laurel team, the way it's looking, they're the number 2 team in the state behind these Neshannock Lancers.
Oh, without a doubt. Deal launches one to center field right at Nogay. Sacrifice fly for Addie Deal. 2 outs here, 13-6 now.
And Neshannock not even worried about that runner coming home. That's the big second out of the inning. Now down to their final out of their season, and Grace Kissick started at third base, now pitching. Had a 2-run home run last time these two teams, or I'm sorry, not the last time, but in the section finale. 414 hitter and number 3 hitter trying to keep this game going.
She's 0 for 2. First pitch, a little outside. That's Gabby Perard, as she's been doing all looks up there, said outside, high, yep. That's up by ball 2. I had a cute little catcher, about 10-year-old or 12-year-old. I did a Russian tournament way back when, and this girl, she didn't know any English. She'd just give me these puppy dog eyes, Pop up right side. Newman's going to give chase, and cannot make the catch. The ball hits the top of the fence for a foul ball. Yeah, I think she was a 12-year-old catcher from Russia, and just turned back to me, and it's like, and you wanted to call a strike, but you wasn't.
Grace Kissick trying to start a little 2-out lightning of her own. Neshannock used it to their advantage in the top of the 5th. Scored 6 runs in that inning. Scored 5 in the top of the 7th.
Comes the 2-1. There's a strike in the corner. Count goes to 2-2.
Now down to their final strike. Are the Spartans here in the state semifinals? Conwell Egan awaiting.
The District 12 champion. Comes the 2-2. They try to throw it through the fence. Ball 3.
I had the target out. She hit the spot.
The payoff pitch coming to Grace Kissick with Laurel down by 7 here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Grace Zeppelin in the on-deck circle, wanting a chance.
Payoff pitch, pop up, left side. Quinn going to give chase and ran out of room.
Now foul ball on the first baseline. Now this one down the third baseline. That if you had maybe one more foot, I think both of those young ladies make the catch.
Foul ball number 48 on the day. Coach giving Quinn a hard time, like, get out of my way.
and again, they all know each other.
Yeah. So we'll do it again. Comes the payoff pitch. Pop up, shallow center field. Nogay will come in, make the catch. Neshannock on the State College.
Final score, Neshannock 13, Laurel 6. Parents,
No runs a hit, no errors, nobody left. Final score 13-6 Neshannock. We'll take a quick break and we'll be back with our LCAT and our Melee Chiropractic play of the game. You're watching and listening to high school softball here on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP and the Triple Live High School Sports Network.
At our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory, we are a proud 6th-generation, family-owned and operated funeral home located centrally in the Newcastle and Neshannock communities. Our large facility and experienced staff allows us to accommodate any family with personalized services. To learn more about our services and pre-planning, visit our website at www.cunninghamfh.com or follow us on Facebook. Allow our family to help your family.
Final score 13-6 Neshannock. A quick recap of this one, Mr. Dotson.
Quick recap, 13 runs on 11 hits for Neshannock. You can see there, 6 in the 5th and 5 in the 7th. Those 6 runs in the 5th, most coming with 2 outs. A 2-out inside the park home run for Erilyn Nogue. That was the second run of the inning after Laurel had scored 4 of their own in the 4th. Two-run double by Autumn Boyd really broke the game open. It was 5-2 at that point. Leah Nogue, a ground out in the top of the 5th, scores a run. Erilyn Nogue, the inside of Parker, made it 5-4. Back-to-back singles from Addie Fry and Hunter Newman. They both score on a fly ball to center field from Gabby Quinn that was unable to be hauled in. 2 runs then scoring later in the inning on wild pitches, and that chased Autumn Boyd from the game. But 6 runs on 3 hits in that 5th inning. Tack on another 5 runs on 4 hits in the 7th inning. 2 RBI single for Nalia Nogue, also RBI in the inning for Erilyn Nogue and Ali Giordano to end the onslaught. But 13 runs on 11 hits. The double-digit hits has been just impressive for Neshannock throughout the postseason.
Yeah, so our Melee Chiropractic play of the game is we're going to go with our inside the park home run by Erilyn Nogue. Just boy, when she got that ball hit to the outfield, there's no way she was stopping. And to throw a little off, and Erilyn Nogue just a hustling in. So our Melee Chiropractic play of the game goes to Erilyn Nogue, MAHLE chiropractic.com. Please check out that website. And thanks to Melee Chiropractic for sponsoring that play of the game all year long.
And our LCAP player of the game, how about a 3 for 5 with 4 RBI? And not to mention, she caught all 3 balls in the last inning, did Nalia Nogue. She's our LCAP player of the year, thanks to LCAP, our powering sponsor.
She could be the player of the year,
the way she's going, yeah, it feels like a player of the year.
So congratulations to Nalia. Congratulations to the Laurel Spartans.
Yes, you can't say enough.
Great season, 5 losses, 4 in Neshannock, but I mean, they played their hard side here today. So congratulations to the Laurel. And we will have Neshannock on Friday morning, 11 o'clock, Neshannock versus Conwell Egan. Myself and Mr. Dodson will make the trip out to Happy Valley on Friday. So final score, Neshannock defeats Laurel 13-6 for my partner James Dotson and for everybody here at Westminster College. Thanks for tuning in here on the Lawrence County Sports Network, powered by LCAP. 13-6 final Neshannock. You've been listening and watching the high school softball here on the Lawrence County Sports Network, brought to you by our Cunningham Funeral Home and Crematory. Thanks for joining us, everybody, and have a great day.
This is the Lawrence County SportsNet, powered by LCAP.